And Kriesha's in the studio.
Yes, I'm in the studio.
Okay.
Hello, I am T.G.I, Kriesha Chu, and happy Friday.
It is already the last Friday of September.
That's great. I just realized it was September.
Right?
Wow, you know, like the seasons are changing. It's getting colder. My favorite, like, winter is already coming, and you know, it's great to like ease into fall.
Okay. I noticed that you've been going overseas a lot because you just started a new program in the Philippines. You've been busy with that.
Yes.
And you seem to be getting on a plane a lot. So that means that you've been packing a lot.
Yes.
So what is some of the things that you have to have in your carry-on?
On my carry-on, like with me on the like plane, or just on in my luggage?
Oh, if there is both, do share.
Always with me. Definitely headphones.
Okay.
I cannot live without music.
Okay.
It's weird without it.
Life is so boring without music.
I mean, I know.
Right? You're at the airport and you see people passing by. You have to have music in because if not, it's just boring.
You know, like, it's just, you know, there's a difference between looking at the sky with, like, I mean, both is really nice. Like, you know, without music, just listening to the nature and everything. But if you have music, it's like, you know, it's different.
Yeah, it adds to it. Okay, so headphones.
Headphones, in my luggage. What do I have in my luggage?
What do you normally take?
I take my clothes. I take makeup. I take
Do you take like hair dryers and stuff like that because you have to use a certain brand?
I do.
Okay.
I do take like hair dryers and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, because some people swear by that. Sometimes people are like, I cannot trust a straightener like that is there, so I have to bring mine from home. That kind of stuff.
Camera.
Oh, camera. Okay.
Camera.
All right. Now I'm curious. You said last week, I think you said it was like your third Chuseok here in Korea. So that means you've been here about 3 years now.
Yes.
So whenever you leave Korea, has there been a time or a chance that you're like, oh, I miss Korea?
More like, I guess, like, I miss Korea, but like more than that, it's like, it's weird not being in Korea.
Ah, okay. So it's not supposed to like, oh, I miss it. It's just like, oh, I'm not in Korea. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what is this? And, you know, it's kind of weird to like be here for, it's not just like being here in general, but like doing work here. Because I'm doing like work here, it makes it more, it really makes me feel like my life is really here. So sometimes like I go to the Philippines maybe like for just a few days, and even though Philippines is like, you know, home, it feels like I'm going on vacation all of a sudden. So there's sometimes like that, but then like, you know, after meeting family and like friends, then of course it does feel like home again. So yeah, it's kind of weird though. But
okay, because everywhere you go, it just kind of feels like you have a new home.
Yeah.
It's like you have a home here, you have a home there, you have a home there.
Yeah, that's why I don't really have like a home, but I'm just going with the fact that home is wherever family is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So home is wherever family is. And she has her own family here at K-Poppin that we're going to be diving into today. So last week's track record was pretty bad.
And I think the week before was kind of weird too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our drawings were really weird.
Last week was kind of off in a way.
For some reason.
Actually, for T.G.I, I think it was very, very, if anything, opposite.
Yeah.
It wasn't even off. It was just like opposite.
Yeah. And I'd have to say for Kriesha too. Because like when it comes to secrets and stuff like that, like I said, I gravitate towards her. I would want to tell her something. So it was very off when it came to personalities. So let's see how much of a track record success rate it'll have this week.
I don't know. Well, the first one is actually multiple choice. So
yes.
I think we're kind of in like good hands.
I think the non-multiple choice is what throws us off.
Yeah, because like it could be anything.
We just go way off.
Go with what we think, and yeah, we always end up,
regretting it.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna it's multiple choice. Now for those of you, Kriesha and myself have found that we are very visual people. So we do like to see what's going on, read and follow along. So you can do that on our announcement board, and you can start sending in your answers to the personality quizzes as well, so we can compare answers. So it is multiple choice. What are we doing today?
Multiple choice. Dun, 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 dun. Situation number 1.
Okay.
Today, you want to enjoy a nice atmosphere for some reason. So you go to a fine restaurant that you don't usually go to with your friends.
Huh. So maybe you got payday.
You know,
because
you're just in a good mood.
Yeah, you're going to a fine restaurant. All right.
So you see the chef in the open kitchen in the splendid interior.
Oh, wow.
Everything is good, but you don't like the color that the uniform the chef wears.
What?
Suddenly, out of a sudden.
Wow.
So what kind of uniform was he wearing?
Okay, so it's a
What did
color
you
so we're choosing the color we don't like.
Yeah, on that person, on that chef.
Okay. Oh, wow.
But to be honest, I wouldn't have thought this far, guys. I'm not the person to kind of hate on a chef's uniform.
No, I mean, think about it. You're in a good mood. You're about to drop some major bucks in dollars in that place. You got dressed up. You go to the restaurant. You walk in. Open kitchen. Great interior. Then all of a sudden, he's like, bam. He's just wearing like, what kind of uniform is that?
I'm trying to like think of how it could look like. But nothing comes to my mind.
Okay, we have colors. So what are the
colors, guys? Okay. There's no patterns. It wouldn't have been like,
peacock.
Crazy print.
A peacock print.
Good thing it's only colors.
Okay.
Yes. A, black. B, yellow. C, blue. And D, red.
Okay, I picked mine.
Really?
This is so random.
I'm thinking like if I want to eat, what kind of color do I not really want to see? Like, because apparently like this actually has like effect on people. Like that's why restaurants go like with this color, and that's why a lot of restaurants actually have the color red in them because they apparently make you hungrier.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So a lot of those, I think you have to stay away from like blues and greens.
Yeah. So that's why I actually chose blue as my answer.
But you know what? I was very compelled to do that too because even though I love blue, if I saw a chef wearing like a very bright, like just
red
blue,
as
his chef uniform, I'd be like, oh, not for here, not for this. I was like, if you were a chef in like a kid's restaurant and you were wearing that bright of a blue, I'd be like, oh, okay,
yeah.
But in like a fancy restaurant and he's wearing just like bam blue,
I'm thinking like like almost. Like really, really bright blue.
Right, like almost neon like blue.
Like I think it wouldn't go with like how I'm feeling about the food at the moment. I mean, that's just maybe it's like this blue.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I didn't go with blue. So Kriesha and I did. Yeah. So you're not going with blue, or are you going with blue?
I'm not going with blue.
Okay.
I'm going with blue.
Oh, you are.
I'm just saying no for the chef.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you don't want the chef wearing blue.
Yes.
I went with yellow. Now, I like the color yellow, but I don't think I would like it on him or her. Like if I was, it's the same thing with you. Like, you're in the mood, you just walked into a restaurant and then it's like, bam, he's in yellow. It's just like, okay, where did that come from?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all kind of colors of yellow. Like even if it was like a pastel, really nice cream yellow, I don't even know what kind of color that is. I still don't think I would like it. I'd be like, is there something on his clothes? Like what? Did he wash it wrong? Was this supposed to be white but he like washed it with this really bright yellow sweater and it just like
turned yellow.
Yeah, turned yellow. So yellow is not a very interesting color for me. Okay, we have some of our listeners saying red because they are worried about the color.
It does make sense. I was trying to like pick between red and blue, but they're literally opposites. So
true.
It was really hard. I just went with like what I heard about like the
situation.
Red being kind of more
appetizing.
Yeah,
because if you go to a lot of any Chinese restaurant I go to, there's red everywhere, and I get more hungry.
Almost every fast food restaurant too is red.
Oh yeah. Fast food restaurants, they have like almost everything red in there. Oh my goodness, yeah. Either it's going to be like the logo or it's going to be their menus or the writing on it. It's red. Interesting. Black is not a color a lot of our listeners are navigating towards too because I think it is a very
That's
common,
the safest
that
color,
is a common color. But some of our listeners are tuning in late. So let's recap of what the situation is today.
Yes, so this is the first situation of the day. This is you wanting to go enjoy a nice atmosphere for some reason. So you go to a fine restaurant that you don't usually go to with your friends. So you see a chef in the open kitchen in the splendid interior. Everything is good, but you don't really like the color of the uniform the chef is wearing. So what color of the uniform is the chef wearing?
Okay, so what are our choices?
A black, B yellow, C blue, and D red.
Okay. Kriesha, if it's not too much to ask, could you kind of describe what the restaurant looks like for you?
For me? Oh my gosh, I didn't even think that far.
Because you're like, okay, I don't think the blue matches. So what kind of interior you were talking about? Like,
So the blue that I was thinking about too was like super bright blue.
okay.
It wasn't like the navy blue. Because like if I think navy blue kind of like goes
Would
with
fit.
it. But I was thinking like really, really bright blue. I was thinking like a kind of dim restaurant.
Okay.
Kind of maybe, if anything, like an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
With like pasta and, oh, that sounds really good. And pizza and, with like breadsticks and like soup. Because I actually like, it was saying like you want to go to somewhere with a nice atmosphere that you don't usually go to.
Exactly.
And I usually would go to these places, like once in a while. Maybe like, with friends.
Okay.
So I was thinking, like
more like an Italian restaurant, a little bit darker.
Yeah, with like, the violins playing in the background.
I like that too. I actually got a pretty similar idea. I was kind of like thinking of, something dim. And that's why I think the brighter colors were standing
Doesn't
out.
match. Yeah.
Because it was kind of dim. I kind of had like some brass on the fixtures for the lighting. It's like, it's a really sleek. There's a lot of black. There's a lot of darker color, browns. And so I was like, okay, yellow doesn't really fit there.
Like the bright highlight yellow.
Yeah, it's just like no going with bright colors because everything is so toned down that he's kind of an eyesore.
Like a neon yellow and then like...
Like I said, I like blue, but I can understand where you're coming from when it comes with the blue color.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like neon blue, so...
Yeah. So for us, black and red are pretty safe. And I'd have to say if he was in black or red, it would suit perfectly with the restaurant that I'm looking at. But red is coming up a lot for a lot of our listeners. Black seems to be the least popular. So I think everybody kind of thinks that black is a safe color.
Black is the safest.
Now I'm worried because the colors are different. And I don't know what this is going to talk about because we're talking about a chef's uniform. Randomly. Okay, she's got the envelope. We're going to take a quick song break. We're going to try to give you time to figure out what you want to choose, and then we're going to find this out later on. So the Rose is helping us go into our next song break with Baby. That was a Rose with Baby, and we need to find out what these colors mean as Kriesha's in the studio today for our T.G.I. Chu. So random. What is the color of the uniform that he's wearing? So for any of our listeners who are just tuning in, let's kind of give them a recap of what the situation is.
Yes, so for a long time, you haven't gone to a nice restaurant and you want to do it now. You want to go enjoy a nice atmosphere. So you go to a fine restaurant that you don't usually go to with your friends. So you see the chef in the open kitchen in the splendid interior of the restaurant. Everything is good, but you don't like the color of the uniform that the chef is wearing. So what color is the uniform of the chef?
Okay. What are the colors?
A, black, B, yellow, C, blue, and D, red.
So when it comes to the choices, it looks like about 10% of our listeners were choosing red. Black, I only saw maybe one or two, but it was split between yellow and blue, and they were pretty much talking about how they kind of agree with us.
Yeah.
With the, because I don't know why, but modern society has us thinking that if we're going to quote a nice restaurant, it's going to be like dim. There's going to be like everybody dressed up.
There's
more
background music.
Yeah, there's more toned down atmosphere. I was thinking of like La La Land and, the piano scene where he walks into...
there has to be piano.
Yeah, there's going to be piano or violin.
And the waiter's going like this.
Exactly. And the waiter has to have like a vest on and a bow tie.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. So yeah, I think that a lot of us think of, like fine dining equals dim, very earth tones, fancy. Don't get a chance to look at our food that well.
Because you can't see it because it's so dim.
So brighter colors have been chosen today, it looks like, just because of what our perception is. What is this talking about?
So this test, dun, 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 dun. Are you ready?
No.
Okay, me too. It's okay.
It's okay. We're going to do it anyways.
Tells you who you should never meet.
How? Wait, what? How? Well, who you should never meet. So a chef's uniform color is going to decipher who we're not supposed to meet. Okay. So black. Let's go with black first. The color black.
So black, a lot of our listeners apparently didn't choose black.
Exactly.
You are interfering with the behavior of the other person and checking the behavior of your opponent. So basically, each person wants to communicate as an independent person. So if your opponent tries to restrain your behavior and judge it, you can reassure your opponent by pretending to listen. But at some point, your opponent may turn away.
Huh. Interesting.
So you guys aren't really kind of,
You don't like to be
you're
bothered.
not really fit. Yeah.
Yeah. You like to be independent. You don't like to be bothered. Okay, so a lot of our listeners...
Good thing we didn't choose that one.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yellow. I chose yellow.
Yes. Yellow equals
Oh.
you don't fit with an indecisive and nervous type of person.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, wow, this is true. Okay.
Your opponent is generally generous and soft, but you look like a willing weakness. It doesn't matter how much at the beginning of a romance, but as time passes by and the relationship becomes more comfortable, it can be a reason for parting. So if you get stuck, you'd better talk to each other seriously with a cooler atmosphere.
Okay. Oh, this is significant others. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like people who are uneasy and indecisive. I'm undecisive when it comes to a lot of things. So let's say, Kriesha, if you and I were supposed to go have lunch after this, and and I ask you what you want to eat, and you can't make up your mind, I can't make up my mind either.
Oh, okay.
So I need the person to be slightly more decisive than I am.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue, this is you.
This is me.
It's you.
Blue. Okay, you do not fit with people who are hot-tempered.
Oh.
You know that passion that you show first is never forever. You can't stand a romance that goes on and on over time just like that. So you get along with someone who loves you more slowly as you get to know each other.
Ah. So Kriesha can never fall in love with somebody who just falls in love with her. They have to slowly but surely fall in love with her.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly. Do you think it's true?
I don't know.
Think about it this way. If you
But
started...
I do not like really fit with like people who get super uptight and like hot tempered really easy because it makes me uncomfortable. Like it makes me like feel like I'm the reason why.
Okay.
That they get hot tempered, and I don't like that.
Okay. So how about this? Let's say you started a relationship with somebody. This is if all of you Kriesha Universe listeners. So let's say you're starting a relationship. The guy is like showering you with affection. Like, I have to see you every single day. I'm texting you 100 times a day. That kind of person. Opposed to somebody who, takes their time. You get a chance to see them maybe once or twice a week. Text every once in a while. Which one do you find yourself more attracted to? First one, second one.
Definitely not someone who could. I don't think like if they just just showed all of them in the beginning,
Okay,
like,
so then it is true.
I like you, and then like everything is like shown, and it's like, what am I supposed to do with all that? But like kind of like slowly.
Okay.
And like slowly and surely, just like
okay, like I said,
I think that's like
then it is
it's
true.
Good I think it's good for both sides. Like I'm thinking like if I was
dating somebody. Yeah, definitely. So it looks like hers is true today. So about 10% of our listeners chose red. So what does the 10% stand for?
Red. You do not fit in with someone who does not act.
Who does not act?
Arbitrarily.
Okay.
You have a strong personality. You are tolerant and you are friendly to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
If your opponent cares about your self-esteem and behaves and how you behave, you'll need to rethink your relationship. If you two are too much, it will be a big wound after all.
Oh, so pretty much meeting somebody that's pretty similar with them, I think, is what they're trying to talk about. It's like if you're meeting somebody who's too similar to you, you're going to be butting heads constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So 10% of our listeners, you need to go for somebody who's the opposite than what you would normally do.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Do you? Well, I think Kriesha's is about 80% right this week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see her. Yeah, I don't think that if she goes into a relationship with somebody who like just showers her with affection would be a good thing. Me too. I don't like people who are undecisive. Okay, let's move on to our second one.
Yes, the second one. Da, 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 da.
It's long. Please tell me it's a multiple choice. I'm just like just looking at it. What is it?
Da, 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 da. It's multiple choice.
Okay, good. Stop teasing me like that. Okay. Let's jump into it. So we're moving on to our second one for everybody who's been sending in your answers. We're now moving on to our second one. If you need to see this is on our announcement board too, so you can read along as Kriesha reads it. It's story time.
It's story time with Kriesha Chu and DJ Isaac.
Okay, well, not just me. You're going to be reading it. So it's story time with Kriesha Chu.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the second personality quiz. And here it is. It's not easy to work with a lot of people wherever you go.
Okay.
So you try to be careful, but there was a small misunderstanding and a bit of a fight with a friend who was working on the project.
Okay.
So you have to meet every single day to finish a project successfully. How will you solve this awkward situation?
Ew, awkward. Awkward situation. Okay, so.
Oh, awkward.
Multiple choice. What are we doing?
A, you give a surprise gift to the friend and try to reconcile first.
Huh, okay.
B, through conversation and reconciliation in time.
Okay.
C, acted as if nothing happened, but the anger remained unsolved. Man, that sounds something... Nope.
No, okay.
No, I shouldn't go there, but...
Okay.
D, have a drink or meal together and reconcile. D is actually something that I think is pretty, like, done in the Korean, like, culture, I think. Because in Korean culture, eating together is, like, a really big thing of, like, how people get close to each other.
True, but I think it's also, if we think about it, in the States, too. Like, I don't think I would go out with a friend unless I wanted to. So I think, like, meals or drinks is a sign of, like, I'm giving up my personal time for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I think it is a pretty big thing. Okay, so you're either going to bribe them.
You're going to bribe them.
With a gift, or you're just going to use time, pretty much, in conversation to let it pass. Or you're going to just let the anger boil up and then just act like nothing ever happened. Or you're going to resolve it over a meal. Wow. Kriesha, what are you going to do?
I know that B is the right answer for me, is the right thing to do, but I feel like if this was real, I'd probably just end up C.
C. Acting as if nothing happened?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is like, it's a bad thing though, because like to not talk about it. But like for me, I would be thinking, oh, for the sake of just like, because I personally don't like to start, like, if I knew that something was going to happen, like this person could have a really bad, like effect on them. And then maybe like the project would be awkward.
Oh.
I would probably then just try to avoid the fight as much as possible because I'm the person that can like avoid fights. I can't stand it. I can't stand starting it. I can't stand pointing it out. But I would go with B because I think that would be the best thing to do.
No, don't go with B because you think it's the best thing to do. Go with what you think you normally do.
No!
Yes. Stop trying to change answers. So C for you.
I'm C.
Okay. So C for Kriesha. So Chu. So she's going with C. Honestly, I'd probably go with... I'm kind of torn between C and D. Because I think we've talked about this with a lot of our personality quizzes. I'm the type of person who's really bad at saying no.
Oh.
So you know what I mean? So I'm really bad at like making an awkward situation.
Yeah.
So if the awkward situation is already there, like... I'd probably just want to like sweep it under the carpet as fast as possible. But then again, I think that depending on how close of a friend we were to begin with, maybe depending on the friendship, I would probably just be like, drinks or food, let's get out of this place, reconcile. If it starts to build there, then I think then there's like no hope. We would probably like at the end of that drinking night or meal, we'd be like, okay, we need to be professionals. We need to finish this. So, like, that's it. Like, from now on, it's just work.
Yeah.
I would probably do a C, too. But right now, maybe it's because it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. I'm going to go with D.
Okay. So C and D.
C and D for us. We're getting a lot of A's, so a lot of our listeners like bribery. I'm just kidding. You surprise them with a gift. So gifts, I mean, yeah, to break the ice, what was the hardest time you've ever had to, like, apologize to somebody? Like, the hardest fight. Like, it was a fight between, like, a childhood friend. Maybe it was a fight over something really silly. Maybe it was a fight with Jaden. You guys bickered and you wanted to reconcile, and, like, the way that you tried to make up for it.
I never got into a big fight with, like, my friends.
Okay.
But I think the fights, like, between, like, siblings are probably the ones that can last longer.
Okay.
Just because you guys just know each other too well.
So the biggest fight you've had with your siblings?
Probably with my siblings. We don't, like, even fight that much. But, like, if I did have fights, it's probably with my siblings.
Like clothes? Homework?
Yeah, like little things that don't matter. Like the remote.
Oh, the remote.
You know.
What do you want to watch, and then what does your siblings want to watch? Like, Jaden is watching what, and then you steal the remote, or?
Yeah, I don't even know what I wanted to watch. I just didn't like what they're watching.
And you just stole the remote.
I was like, no, it's too loud.
Okay. So let's give them the choices, and then let's go into our next song break.
So the choices was A, give a surprise gift to a friend and try to reconcile first. B, through conversation. C, acting as if nothing had happened but the anger still remained unsolved. And D, have a drink or a meal together and reconcile.
Yeah, so B, it's like conversation plus time too. So remember that it's
yes.
just going to kind of like help you as time goes by. So far, we've got a lot of A's and a lot of B's. Well, I think it's just pretty much similar for everybody, but I think I'm the oddball out again. Not a lot of our listeners are choosing D. So we're going to see if this changes during the song break. What we're going to do is have Sunny, who had Peggating on his track, for Miyu, and we'll see you guys back after this with the results. Yeah, we like that. So that was Honey and Peggating on the track with Miyu. We've got Kriesha in the studio, and we're going to be looking at our second one for today about fighting.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back and look at the situation again.
So it's not always easy to work with a lot of people wherever you go, and you try to be careful, but there was a small misunderstanding and a bit of a fight with a friend who was working on the project. You have to meet every day to finish the project successfully. How will you solve this awkward situation? So this test tells...
I don't know.
Da, 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 da.
Well, let's look at the choices first before we find out what it tells.
Oh, thank you for catching me.
Yeah. Before we find out what it tells, let's give them the choices first, because I think that some of our listeners missed it.
Yes, so A, you give a surprise gift to the friend and try to reconcile first. So you're the one that, makes the first move.
Okay.
B, conversation and reconciliation in time. C, you act as if nothing happened but the anger remained unsolved. D, have a drink or a meal together to reconcile.
So A was really popular. B, kind of. C was really popular, too. And then during the song break, I was the oddball out. D came in a lot more, too.
Oh.
So there's a lot more D. So I feel better now because I'm not the odd one out. So we're talking about, an awkward situation. I want to be completely honest. Am I the only one that just reading this is, like, making me feel awkward?
I can imagine this happening.
Right?
I could really imagine this happening.
You know how you watch a drama or a film and, like, there's an embarrassing moment about to happen? You can feel the awkwardness.
Feel the awkwardness, yeah.
That's how I feel right now. I can feel the awkwardness. It's just so awkward. Okay, so Kriesha chose C.
Yes.
She wanted to choose B for her image, but no, she chose C.
Yeah.
Because I told her to. Because that was her gut. Because she felt like that was what happened. So acting as nothing happened, but anger remained unsolved. For me, I chose D, to have a drink or a meal just to kind of let it reconcile and whatnot. I want you to peek at the results and see if they're long or not. Because if they're super long, I'm going to give you some time to look at them. But if not, I'm going to try to read some more of our answers.
It's okay.
It's moderate.
It's moderate.
Okay, then let's look at the answers for today. So we're in an awkward situation. Where are we going to go? Are we going from A to D or D to A?
Let's just go from A to D.
Okay, so we're going to go in order.
Okay. This test tells your role among people. So, like, in a group project, basically.
Oh, okay. So what kind of person I am in a group project?
A, you give a surprise gift to the friend and try to reconcile first, meaning you are a popular person in the organization and you are really motivated to work and enjoy whatever thing that you do, but you are also a workaholic, so there is a little privacy. Sometimes there is a desire to be noticed by the group, and sometimes it is just childish.
Wow. So A, you guys are all workaholics.
Workaholics.
Wow. But you're popular amongst the team, which is kind of hard to be. I feel that workaholics and then like being popular could be something hard to put in the same sentence. Because if you work too much, I feel that in any workplace, I feel that in school, in work, in like an army setting, any place where there's like a set of people, there tends to be a set of, you know, like who came first, who's higher, there's jealousy, there's cliques too. So, okay, interesting. Even though you didn't choose it, do you feel that you fit into any of this? You want to be popular or no?
No.
Okay, so A is not you. Okay, so A is not you. Okay, B. You wanted to do B.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what B meant.
Conversation and reconciliation in time means you have an excellent sense of humor and you solve your anger through humor. So by the way, if you are a woman, it makes sense only to do the same to another woman and not to a man. You need to open your mind a little more.
Okay. Oh, maybe that'll cause problems if you try to do it to the opposite. Kriesha, you've been saying ever since you started this show that you want to be acknowledged as funny. Was that like, did you peek at the results?
I did not know.
And you wanted to be funny?
Apparently I'm not funny, guys. I accepted it.
So you wanted to be funny, and so you peeked at the answers, and that's why you wanted to go with me?
No, I didn't peek at the answers. I didn't peek.
Okay.
I didn't peek.
No, but yeah, she never peeks. Yeah, from what I know. She never peeks.
Only the first time.
Only the first time.
Only the first time, and I didn't peek after.
Okay. So C, this is the one that you ended up going with anyways.
Yes.
Okay, so C.
So C, act as if nothing happened but their anger remained unsolved. I don't recommend this, but this is what I'll probably do. Equals you are an ordinary type in the group. So the relationship is good, but it is distinctly different from the person you like and the person you dislike. Oh. But juniors like you, but seniors can see that it could be hard to work with you.
Oh, interesting.
And then it says, try to be cool.
And more laid back. Interesting. So have you noticed this? Because you're in a business that seniority and then juniors is a really big part.
Yes.
But I would think that you would get a lot of love from seniors.
To be honest, for me personally, I click better with seniors than juniors.
Right.
For me.
Okay.
If juniors, I don't really know a lot of juniors either. I know only Minju. But like, like senior, junior wise, I click better with seniors, I think.
You feel?
Yeah.
So this week's, the first one was okay, but the second one, not so much.
Oh, and like the reason why is because like, I think people think of me as like very young and like wherever I go, even though I don't want to look like I'm super young, you know, I'm like what everyone was saying like the week before. I was like, oh, baby Kriesha Chu.
Oh yeah, no, she is baby Chu. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I do have like like that kind of image, I think, to people. So a lot of people kind of want to give advice to me more than come to me and look for advice.
Huh.
If that's what.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it does. Because, I mean, yeah, it does have a lot to do with your image, but also you are still a pretty relatively new artist to the scene. So I think that as of now, unless you're around people that haven't debuted yet, junior-wise, I would think that, relying on a senior for advice or to talk with them or to learn a little bit more would be something a lot more natural at your peak at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. So mine, we need to rip off the Band-Aid. So have a drink, Emil. What does this mean?
Means you are a very popular person, so there will be a few difficulties in your group life.
Huh. Thank you.
But it is also important to make people who you rely on the inside as well. Because you are surrounded by many people, but you can be very empty and it can be very tough.
Oh, Okay. I think this would be like the typical life of a celebrity, though. Because you're around people all the time. And you're talking to people all the time. So you technically know everyone.
Everyone. But there's only a few people that you really rely on.
Like, at the end of the day, who am I going to be able to, like, pick up the phone and actually call? But I feel that anybody in society these days, like, we have thousands and a couple of 100,000 people, like, following on social media. But
there's people you know, and then there are friends. I think that's the difference.
There is a big difference there.
And then there's family. I think those three are really different.
So, acquaintances, friends, and family.
Yes.
Huh. That's so deep. I'm learning a lot from Kriesha today. It's like scholar Kriesha, and she has the bunny ears on. It's the scholar bunny.
It's the ears.
It's the scholar bunny.
Last time it was the crown, but now it's the ears.
She's getting all of this from the ears. Okay. We've done pretty much any personality test, I feel, in a book that could be printed out. So far, we've been having a really weird track. Of
for
results.
Me today it was kind of
50-50.
It kind of felt better than last week.
Last week was just odd.
Well, last week and then last week with like the drawing and everything.
Yeah,
with the sun and the moon.
I don't know what.
And me being the smallest.
When it comes to drawing stuff, I feel like I'm at a doctor's office. Like when you're sitting me down and you're like asking me like, okay, draw this. I'm like, oh.
I felt like I was in kindergarten.
Okay, that's a better vibe than I was getting. Because I was getting like, oh, I think I'm going to, what is it going to ask next?
Yeah, I'm getting nervous all of a sudden. Nervous. But they told us to draw a sun and a moon and a tree.
And it's pretty traumatizing.
Yeah.
I'm still traumatized by the rain one, too. About the amount of rain we drew.
I wasn't even thinking about like the way the rain was falling, and I just went like, it's falling this way, and then they're like, that's how much stress you're painting.
We put ourselves into way too much stress. Is there a personality quiz you would like to kind of do again? Like maybe something that we were testing that we wanted to do? Was there something that you might want to redo to see if it's truly true?
It's been kind of a long time since we've had like the animals.
Okay. We need to jump
to be
into
honest,
animals.
they were pretty fun, guys.
They were.
They were pretty fun.
They freak us out, but they're fun.
Yeah.
So maybe since next week is going to be the start of a brand new month, we might get a chance to look at some more animal ones.
Oh.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Yes.
Well, it's already time for us to say goodbye. So as we sign off for today, we're going to take a listen to a super sweet track Kriesha did with Samuel.
Oh.
And it is Punong Punong에 Say You Love Me. And we'll get a chance to see you next week. Bye.
Bye.